Good day. Welcome to Mr. Hussey's Modern World class. Today we're going to be going over World War I. Yesterday we talked about the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. Today we're going to see Austria-Hungary declare war on Serbia, starting this little regional conflict between two countries that's now going to expand into a full-blown world war between all the great powers. I want you to pay special attention into how the nations come into war and how fast it takes place. It's going to go from a conflict between two countries. Over the course of 7 days, we're going to end up with a conflict between 7 major powers in Europe.
Yesterday we talked about the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and today we're going to go a little bit farther into that. So Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, is assassinated by an organization called the Black Hand. You remember this all from yesterday. They were located in Serbia. So Austria-Hungary naturally thinks, hey, Serbia, it's your fault. We're going to come after you and attack you. Before they try to attack Serbia and fight them and declare war, they asked Germany, which is Austria-Hungary's ally, are you going to be on our side? Do we get your support if we do this? Germany gives Austria-Hungary its full support. So Austria-Hungary then, before declaring war, gives Serbia an ultimatum. For you guys who aren't sure what an ultimatum is, it's basically do this or else. You're probably familiar with it in the way maybe that your mother or father says, clean your room or else you will not get any more allowance. Be home by 10:30 or else you will not go out again. So when the Austro-Hungarians write this ultimatum, the foreign minister writes they're going to write the ultimatum so that it would be wholly and impossible for the Serbs to accept, and they only give them 48 hours to respond to it. So there's words in there about complete access to all Serbian military bases, have to have access to all files, things that are secret. So there's no way the Serbs are going to agree to this as state secrets. They're not going to do it. But Serbia wants to do it. They can do 90% of the ultimatum. They can follow most of it, and they too know that, hey, we don't want to get into a war over this. But they can't agree to everything, and as a result of that, Austria-Hungary then says, hey, we're declaring war on you. They declare war on July 28th, 1914. It's exactly 1 month to the day after the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. So interesting. It takes a whole month for all this to come, the ultimatum to be written, passed back and forth, asking Germany for support, figuring out who did it. But we're going to see in a short 6 days, most of Europe is now going to be at war. So here's a little map of Europe at this time with the Allied powers and the Central Powers. You have Germany and Austria-Hungary, a little green line there showing that they're in agreement. They're now well, they've been allies, but they've spoken about it. It's in place. They're together on this. And then there's a little Serbia down there, just south of Austria-Hungary. That's the target. So Austria-Hungary has now declared war on them. Boom. Now coming into the next phase, interesting to see how, well, this looks like a little regional conflict between two countries. How that turned into a world war, or at least a European war. Russia is the traditional protector of Serbia and the Slavic people. They have the same religion, Eastern Orthodox, same nationality, so they see their little brother, Serbia, being picked on by a big country. They think, hey, we're going to come pick on you too. So Russia now declares war on Austria-Hungary. Right before they do that, they know that Austria-Hungary is probably already aligned with Germany, and that's going to cause Russia to be fighting two people, or two nations. So they ask France, hey, do we have your support? France gives them their support. With that support, the Russian Tsar Nicholas II then mobilizes his army and starts to prepare for war. So we're seeing 2 days, things are happening. Day after that, Germany issues Russia an ultimatum on July 31st, 1914, to cancel mobilization or face war. Germany's issue is that they are between two powers, the French and the Russians, who they know are allied. If you remember back from a few days ago, we talked about the Schlieffen plan, where Germany needs to beat the French first and then move on to the Russians. So they need to say, hey, Russia, slow down, or else you're going to mess up the whole Schlieffen plan.